Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for checking out the video. Southside Braves here. And today for you, I got a team intro for my YCL Wi-Fi draft league. I am back in a draft league again. Super excited about it. I believe this is the second season of the YCL Wi-Fi. My first season being a part of it. It is taking place in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So I haven't even finished the game yet, so I got to speed through it real quick. If you haven't checked out my Nuzlocke for that, please do. But yeah, I went ahead and drafted a team. Pretty excited about the team I got. Couple things I need to make sure I know before we start battling for it is certain moves aren't in the game. Like I know Flip Turn, Knockoff for some Pokemon, Toxic. Those are just some of the moves that aren't in the game for certain Pokemon. So, and kind of the ones I've looked at already based on the team I drafted. So some hints if you don't know my team yet. But yeah, so I just gotta make sure I'm aware of that before we get into battles. But all that being said, let me introduce you to the Nashville Nidokings for the YCL Wi-Fi League. So with my first pick, I took somebody I've had in many leagues, somebody I'm a big fan of, and that is Weavile. Unfortunately, like I was talking about, certain moves aren't in the game. Weavile does not get access to Triple Axle in this game. It does not get access to Knockoff until Pokemon Home are a thing. So, that being said, Weavile is not as strong as it is in Sword and Shield. But when I looked at, I was the 9th pick in the draft. So when I saw the top 8 picks, lots of things weak to ice. We're taking Gliscors like the first pick. There were some Dragons taken. So I wanted to get a strong ice type right off the bat. And again, I love using Weavile. I know how to use Weavile. I feel like I use Weavile decently well. So I wanted to get an ice type to kind of counter some of those top picks in the drafts. So that's why I went Weavile so early in round 1 with my first overall pick. And just so you know, this draft was a point basis. Me at 110 points to draft anywhere between 9 to 11 Mons. I went into it planning to only get 9, but with so few Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl, I got who I wanted and still had points, so I ended up getting all 11. So yeah. But Weavile was my first pick. Second pick, I actually took somebody, I think it was the most points of any other Pokemon left. And that was Mew. Let me get Weavile off the screen for us. I went and got Mew with my second pick. I've never used Mew in Draft League. I feel like most time I see Mew used, it's not used as well as it could. Other than the 1 year in the YCL, I'm sorry, I'm not going to remember who was using it. But they came out with some crazy sets with Mew that were awesome and caught opponents off guard. That's what's so good about Mew is it can do so many different things. All of its stats are 100. It gets access to so many different moves. So I never expect to bring the same Mew twice. I do kind of already... I guess this might give some away. I've already planned for week 1, and I am bringing Mew. So, I mean, that shouldn't be anything out of the ordinary. So, and I do have a set already excited to use. So hopefully it works. But yeah, Mew is my top point Pokemon, highest tiered Pokemon on my team. So hopefully I can use it well and do some cool things with it. So after Mew, I went and got my third pick here. And I got Rotom Heat. I feel like I have a Rotom on my team more often than not. I like the Rotoms. Usually I end up with like Rotom Mow or Rotom Frost or a lower tiered Rotom. Not Rotom Wash or Rotom Heat, the top 2 ones. I have used Rotom Heat a few times, but I did get Rotom Heat on the team. Gave me a Levitate Mon, which I mean wasn't that big at this point with my team, but always nice to have. Volt Switcher, it does not get Defog in this game, so that's hurts it a little bit, but not too much. Plenty of things Rotom Heat can still do, and yeah, gave myself strong fire Pokemon. And yeah, got Rotom Heat pretty early in the draft. Alright, so moving on from Rotom Heat, I wanted to go get a fighting type for my team next. And what I saw there, I went and got Lucario. Another Pokemon I have not used in Draft League. And to be honest, I've never really seen it used all that much. In one of my leagues I was in a while ago, it was the number 1 pick for some reason. I don't know why it was ever picked that high. but I've never really seen somebody use it well. Hopefully I can break that and get some work done with Lucario. I think it fits in nicely with my team. Especially at this point in the draft, I thought it fit real nice. Thought it slid into a couple different things I could use with it. So, and I also like mons that can be both physical and special in Draft League. I think that's underlooked in Draft League. I think that can be a big asset, and Lucario is one of those mons that can be physical or special. So yeah, went and got Lucario. Next up for my team, I wanted to get a grass type, so I went and got Vileplume. To be honest, I almost went Tangrowth because I think Tangrowth was still there. It either went right before this or right after it. But I went a little cheaper. I went Vileplume over Tangrowth, and I liked getting a poison type with it as well. So that was the only reason why I really went Vileplume. I think Vileplume can do some good things, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be weird to say, but I compare Pokemon teams to sports teams that Vileplume might be like the glue that holds this team together. Like, it's not ever going to be the MVP, or it might be, but it's not going to be my MVP on most weeks, right? But it's always going to be a nice piece to my team. So I'm hoping that's what Vileplume can accomplish for me this season, and we'll see. So moving on, next up, we have Swampert. I did not draft Swampert here. I drafted Cloyster. But in the grace period, I made 2 changes. This was one of them. I went from Cloyster to Swampert because I wanted a ground type. I thought I had too big of a fighting weakness. Once you see my whole team, you can tell me whether or not you agree. But at the time, when I finished drafting, I thought I had too big of a fighting weakness, so I got rid of Cloyster, picked up Swampert, who takes fighting moves better than Cloyster. Not like it's a big fighting resist, but at least it's not a weakness. And gave me a ground type, so I thought Swampert fit better than Cloyster. I was excited to use Cloyster. I think you can kind of get sweet potential out of Cloyster if you do it right. Swampert, not as much, but I thought Swampert fit the team better for what I needed. And Swampert does not get flip turn this generation. I say this generation, like it's not an old generation. This game, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Again, until Pokemon Home comes out. And I do think we agreed to not, when Home does come out, if it is mid-season. I don't know if it will be or not, but if it is mid-season, we still can't use the moves. Moves you start the season with are the ones you get to end the season with, which I agree with. I think that's the way it should be, because it could have affected how people drafted. But makes Swampert a little bit weaker without flip turn. A couple of my Mons missing some moves, but Swampert I still thought fit very well, and Swampert can still do plenty of things. It was a good Pokemon before flip turn, so it's not like that move kills it. So plenty happy with Swampert being on the team. Next up, after Swampert, we even got Torkoal. I don't know the exact reason why I got Torkoal. I wanted a Rapid Spinner. I know Mew had Defog, but without Rotom Heat having it, I wanted to get an easy Rapid Spinner, so I got Torkoal. Thought Torkoal could still pair nicely with Vileplume if I wanted to try to run something crazy like Chlorophyll Vileplume. I don't really have much of a Sun team here. I guess Vileplume and Rotom Heat. But yeah, I think Torkoal is a good mon, even if you're not running Sun teams. So yeah, I mean, that's all I really got to say. Went and got Torkoal. Next up, I got another Pokemon that might not mind the Sun, and that is Meganium. So if I did want to run a Sand, I have a very weak Sand team with Torkoal, Meganium, Vileplume, and Rotom Heat. But I mean, the option's there if I want to do it. Again, this team is clearly not built around that. But having the option there is always nice. So moving out Meganium, honestly one of the weaker grass starters in Pokemon. But I think he can do some things. It was kind of a cheaper mon. And again, in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, there's not a massive amount of Pokemon out there. So you'll see some Pokemon that aren't usually utilized, get some action. Meganium being one of them here. Hopefully I can use Meganium to its fullest potential. But as you see, these last 4-ish picks or so are not Pokemon I'm going to be relying on every single week. Just when they have a good matchup, come in and do some work. So hopefully Meganium can be one of those. Next up, after Meganium, we have the second Pokemon that I did not actually draft. This one was Shuckle. And I mentioned how I thought I had too big of a fighting weakness. So I switched out Shuckle for Kangaskhan, which clearly doesn't do anything about that. So Kangaskhan, still weak to the fighting type. But in order for me to go from, or not in order for, but for me to go Cloyster or Swampert, I had an extra point. So I went up from Shuckle to Kangaskhan. So I have never used Kangaskhan. I've used Mega Kangaskhan, but never regular Kangaskhan. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can get some out of it. I always thought it was a cool Pokemon. Never really used it competitively. But we'll see. Hopefully it puts in some work. Again, it's going to be kind of a niche pick against certain teams. So when I call upon it, hopefully it puts in work. After Kangaskhan, we have Medicham. This is actually one of my lower picks that I actually have some... I have hope for all of them, but more like I'm going to rely on this one a little bit more than like Meganium and Kangaskhan. Medicham, I think, can fit nicely with some of my top mons. Lucario and Mew kind of... I think Medicham maybe double up on some of those Pokemon's territory, but I think Medicham can put in some work for me. So hopefully I'm right there. I'm looking at my team as I'm recording this video too and thinking some things. So honestly, Medicham might not be as important as I once thought, but we'll see. Again, I think any of these Pokemon can put in work. I'm confident in my ability to use them, so we'll see. And with our last pick in the draft, we just picked a Pokemon that I'm a fan of, and that's Rampardos. Crazy high attack stat, but slow as can be. So, I mean, not like crazy slow. There are slower Pokemon, but definitely on the slower side. Cranidos, when I first played Diamond, was like my favorite. Excuse me. It was my favorite Pokemon in Diamond when I originally played it as a kid. I didn't like Rampardos as much. I kind of like the smaller, faster looking dinosaur. But Rampardos is still cool. So I want to add him. Maybe I can run Scarf on him or something and get something done with him. We'll see. But again, last pick, not somebody that is going to make or break my team. This is my team of 11 for the YCL Wi-Fi League. I'm very excited to use it. I got my week 1 already planned out, ready to go. So if you're excited for the YCL Wi-Fi season, please do like and subscribe to the video. Leave a comment about what you think about it. Think about the team, any changes you think could be made, who you think might be the best mon on the team, worst mon, stuff like that. I always appreciate hearing from anyone opinions about my teams. So yeah, let me know what you think. And come back when the battles start up next week. That's all I got for this video, guys. Hope you did enjoy. And hope you all have a good day and a good night. And I'll see you in the next one, guys.